Hi, my name is Lindsay, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy. You might be right. This is a totally weird story. It's hard to believe, and sometimes I feel like I'm crazy myself. Well, I guess the only thing to do is just go ahead and say it. So, I'm pretty sure I'm living in a haunted house. Yeah, you heard that right. I told you you'd think I'm crazy. I never used to believe in ghosts or anything like that myself. I always thought it was just something in the movies. I never could have imagined that I would be the person telling this story. At the most, I would have pictured myself making fun of some dumb girl who was trying to convince people that her house was haunted. I even feel stupid talking about it now, even though I can't deny what I've experienced. My family moved here just about 7 months ago. We lived in the city for as long as I could remember, but my parents got tired of all the traffic and the noise and decided to move out to the burbs. I fell in love with the house instantly. It was like the stereotypical house from some old family sitcom. It had a white picket fence, a big willow tree in the front yard, neighbors with perfectly manicured lawns, all that kind of stuff. It was a really nice looking house in a really great neighborhood, but somehow it always just felt a little off to me. The first night in the new house was especially weird, but I only felt uneasy just being there. I assumed it was because it was a new situation in a new place. I think anytime you move, you feel out of place and a bit uncomfortable until you adjust. But it was hard to adjust to everything anyways, not just the house. Being the new kid in school and not knowing anybody was rough. I've never really been a very outgoing person. I've never had a lot of friends. I just don't make friends that easily. But somehow I got really lucky and I made 2 good friends after a while, Josh and Amy. And Josh was really funny and always made everybody laugh. Amy's the kind of outsider artist person that's always listening to indie music and writing poetry. For whatever reason, as different as we are, we all clicked. I think it's because none of us really fit in to any of the social groups at school, but we weren't outcasts either. All I really know is that when things started going super crazy, I was glad I had them to rely on. Just after about a month in the new house, I was still feeling uneasy. The feeling didn't go away once we were settled in. Something just wasn't right in that house. I could just feel it. I kept trying to tell myself it was nothing and I was just creating problems in my mind. But something was definitely weird. It always felt like the air changed when I walked inside. It's hard to explain, but it just felt different. And then it got a lot worse. And it got a lot weirder. Strange things started happening after about 2 weeks. I could set something down and then find it somewhere else in the house. Or it would just randomly fall off the shelves. I kept hearing footsteps up and down the hallway, even when nobody else was home. One time I even thought I heard my dad call me from the other room, and then I realized I was home alone. The thing that probably bothered me the most was that I felt like I was being watched a lot of the time. I don't know why, and I don't know how to explain it, but I would be alone in a room and just feel like somebody was staring at me. It got so bad, I started turning the lights off when I changed clothes. I know that sounds stupid, but legit, it felt like somebody was in the room watching everything that I did. I didn't tell anybody about that though, because I didn't want to end up in a mental hospital. But it turned out that it wasn't just me. One night, Amy came over and stayed the night with us. She said the same thing about feeling uneasy and like there was a chill in the air. She even set her purse down and found it in a completely different room. Honestly, it was kind of nice to know I wasn't the only one who was crazy, but it was definitely creepy too that it wasn't just me. A day after that, Amy told me about something that happened a couple of years ago, and it's made the whole thing even scarier. So the rumor is that this kid who went to our school died suddenly at home, and nobody knows why. Some people say he killed himself, and others said it was an accident. Whatever it was that happened, it was apparently big news back in the day. People said he died because the house was cursed. Others said that the house was haunted because his spirit was trapped there. The rumors were going around for years. The thing is, his parents moved not long after, but the house sat alone for a long time. Nobody would buy it. That is, until my parents showed up. And now I'm convinced I'm living with a ghost, and I don't know what to do about it. If you want to ask something, leave your comments below. We would be more than happy to animate your stories.